Anger in the EU with Orban. Hungary's Orban arrives in Moscow for talks with Putin, a rare visit from a European leader. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban arrived in Moscow for talks with Putin, Orban's press chief said on Friday, a rare visit to Russia by a European leader since it invaded Ukraine more than 2 years ago. Orban's visit comes only days after he made a similar unannounced trip to Ukraine, where he met with Zelensky and proposed Ukraine consider agreeing to an immediate ceasefire with Russia. And he's saying that he went to Russia because you can't speak to one party and not the other, and everybody needs to resolve this issue. So it says his visit to Moscow sparks dismay and anger in Brussels, only days into taking over the rotating presidency of the EU Council. The Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban drew ire of Brussels for his unscheduled visit to Putin in Moscow. Then they all freak out, and then on top of that, officials doubled down on Hungary's refusal to provide lethal military equipment to Kiev, despite heavy civilian casualties. Their response: we do not deliver lethal equipment. Our job in government is to provide the security of Hungary and no other country. Our role in this is to protect the sovereignty of our own country. This is what we're responsible for, they said. So you know what? Maybe they should teach Biden and other countries that don't give a hoot about their own countries and their own civilians to maybe start looking after their countries and seeing to their people first and make sure that everything's okay at home before they start throwing all of their resources into other countries. Just a thought. If you're looking at America specifically, with the migration problems, the homelessness, the fentanyl crisis, all these things, and there's many, I can list a long list, and Biden's just dropping billions and billions of dollars in equipment and weaponry that cannot easily be replaced. Besides the fact that the factories that are making them are blowing up for some reason, and they're still giving them away. Now, if Orban was in charge of America, you'd have all your stuff in America. I'm just saying, I'm not picking one over another. I'm saying some things that are said make sense. You should be looking after your people if you're in the politics for that country. Isn't that the whole point? So yeah, interesting. Everybody in the EU upset with him, but he's got a point. He spoke to Zelensky. He's gotten his views. Now he's going to speak to Putin and get his views. And then they've got both sides physically face-to-face spoken to, and then they can deal with the information they receive. Isn't that how you try and resolve things in the first place? Wars, rumors of wars, nations against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms. It's getting interesting right now, right before we leave. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.